You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Wednesday, September the 2nd, 2020. The Red Sox and Yankees played each other in an AL East matchup. Final score of this game was 7-4. The Red Sox ended up winning. The Red Sox scored in two different innings. They got 3 in the third and 4 in the 8th inning. That was their entire offense. That was their entire run production, and that allowed them to win this game. The Yankees didn't have a poor offensive day. They got 2 in the 5th and then 2 in the 9th, but they still fell short by 3 in this game, and they also got out-hit 12-7. Martin Perez got the win, his 7th of the year. Jordan Montgomery got the loss, and Brandon Workman is now at 36 saves on the season. The White Sox and Rays played each other. 10-8 was the final score of this game. Plenty of offense to go around between both the teams, but the Rays came out on top in this one. They had 3 innings where they scored 3 runs. They got 3 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, and 3 in the 6th. They also got 1 run in the 3rd inning, which was the outlier of run scoring in this game. The White Sox started scoring almost immediately. They got 1 right in the 1st inning. They also got 2 in the 3rd, and then 4 in the 6th inning, and then 1 in the 9th. But again, they fell short by 2 runs. The White Sox also had hit the Rays in this game 14-13, but still fell short in the run column. Andrew Kittredge got the win, his 3rd of the year. Dane Dunning got the loss, and Jose Alvarado is now at 12 saves on the season. The Tigers and Blue Jays played each other. Close game, 11-8 the final score. They were even in hit total. They each had 10 hits in this game. The Tigers committed an error, while the Blue Jays committed none. The Blue Jays scored in 2 different innings. They got 4 in the 2nd inning and 4 in the 8th inning. The Tigers had more spread out scoring, which was finished off by a 6-run top of the 8th inning. They won by 3 in this game. Ivan Nova got the win, Matt Shoemaker got the loss, and Joe Jimenez is now at 38 saves on the season. The Royals and Athletics played each other. The Royals won this game. 5-3 was the final. This game took a 10th inning to complete it, but the Royals put up 2 in the top of the 10th inning, 2 runs that the Athletics could not respond to, so the Royals ended up winning. The Royals had efficient run scoring in this game. They got 5 runs on 5 hits. The Athletics got 3 runs on 9 hits and committed an error in this game. Jacob Junis got the win, his 4th win of the season. Paul Blackburn got the loss. He's now 9-2. And Ian Kennedy earned his 30th save of the season. The Rangers blew out the Angels in this AL West matchup. 12-1 was the final score. The Rangers also out-hit the Angels in this game 16-7. The Angels only scored in the 5th inning, while the Rangers scored 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, and 4 in the 8th. Mike Minor got the win, and Julio Teheran got the loss. The Indians and Twins played each other. This is an AL Central matchup. 4-3 was the final score of this game. The Indians lost, so they out-hit the Twins 10-7. Kenta Maeda got the win, his 13th of the season. Carlos Carrasco got the loss, and Tyler Duffy is now at 19 saves on the season. The Marlins and Astros played each other. 5-3 was the final score of this interleague game. The Astros ended up winning. The Marlins scored all 3 of their runs in the 1st inning. They didn't score after that. That left room for the Astros to chip away. The Astros scored 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 6th, and then they tied the game in the 7th. They put up 2 in the 8th, which allowed them to take the lead, and they did not give up that lead. Jose Urquidy got the win, his 12th of the year. Sterling Sharp got the loss, his 4th of the year, and Roberto Ozuna is now at 39 saves on the season. The Braves and Nationals played each other, an NL East matchup, and a matchup between 2 teams that are contending for the division lead. The Braves shut out the Nationals in this game, though. 5-0 was the final. The Braves also out-hit the Nationals in this game 8-5, and each team committed an error. The Braves started scoring early. They got a run in the 2nd and then 3 runs in the 3rd. They also put up a run in the 8th to total 5, while the Nationals failed to score at all. Mike Fultonavich got the win, and Patrick Corbin got the loss. The Rockies and Mets played each other. 5-2 is the final score of this game. The Rockies ended up winning. It was tied in the 7th inning when the Rockies scored, so it was tied 2-2. But then in the 8th, the Rockies put up 3 to take a 5-2 advantage, and they did not give up the lead after that point. James Pezos got the win, Chasen Shreve got the loss, and Wade Davis now has 34 saves on the year. The Brewers and Pirates played each other. NL Central baseball here. Pirates won this game 2-1. Pirates scored in the 4th inning. They also scored in the 6th. The Brewers got their only run of the game in the 6th inning, and they fell short by a run. Cody Ponce got the win. Brett Anderson got the loss, and Keone Kela is now at 28 saves on the season. Interleague play between the Orioles and the Reds was played. The Reds won this game 3-2 was the final score. The Reds had an early lead. They scored in the 2nd inning. Then the Orioles took the lead in the top of the 6th when they scored 2 runs. Then in the 9th inning, the Orioles trying to get a save from Michael Givens. The Reds scored 2 runs to walk it off, and that yielded the 3-2 final. Amir Garrett got the win, and Michael Givens blew the save and got the loss. The Giants and Cubs played each other. Blowout of a game here, 8-1. The final, the Giants came out on top. The Giants scored early. They also scored late, while the Cubs didn't score until the 8th inning, and they scored just 1 run in that bottom of the 8th. Drew Smyly got the win, and John Lester got the loss. The Phillies and Cardinals played each other. This game took extra innings, but the Phillies were able to win this one 4-2 the final, though the Cardinals out-hit the Phillies in this game 13-8. It was back and forth throughout the earlier parts of this game. The Phillies had tied the game at 2 in the top of the 7th inning. And then neither team scored after that. Neither team scored in regulation, so that caused the extra innings to happen. It took 2 extra innings, but the Phillies scored 2 in the top of the 11th to take the lead, and they ended up winning. Adam Morgan got the win, Giovanni Gallegos got the loss, and Hector Neris now has 33 saves on the season. NL West baseball here between the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. The Dodgers won this game 10-1 was the final. The Diamondbacks were limited to just 2 hits in this game, 1 run on 2 hits. That 1 run they scored right in the first inning, so they had the lead for less than a half inning. The Dodgers tied the game right in the top of the second, and then the offensive explosion happened in the third for the Dodgers when they got 4 runs. The Dodgers also hit the Diamondbacks in this game. 15 hits for the Dodgers, 2 hits for the Diamondbacks. Clayton Kershaw got the win, his 9th of the year, and Luke Weaver got the loss, his 13th. And the Mariners and Padres played each other. Interleague baseball here. Final score this one 3-2. Each team scored in just 1 inning in this game. The Mariners got both their runs in the 4th inning, and the Padres scored all 3 of their runs late. They got 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Matt Strahm got the win, Yoshi Arano got the loss, and Kirby Yates is now up to 47 saves on the season. Let's take a look at standings now. Starting in the American League East, the New York Yankees lost today. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games, and they lost to the Red Sox. They're 79-60 overall, though they still lead the division. The Blue Jays also lost today, so they couldn't gain any games on the Yankees. The Blue Jays are 77-64. They're 3 games back of first place, and they've reached an elimination number in the division of 20. The Rays are 73-66. They have a division elimination number of 18. They're 6 games back of first. They won today, and they've won 6 of their last 10. They're still not out of contention for the division lead, but they have to get on a hot streak in a hurry and hope the Yankees continue their cold streak. And the Red Sox are 72-68. They're 7.5 games back at first. They have a division elimination number of 16, though they beat the Yankees today, and they've won 7 of their last 10 games. In the American League Central, the Twins, the first team in baseball this year to 90 wins. They're 90-50. They have the best record in Major League Baseball. They have the best record in the American League, and they lead this division. And they're on a 2-game winning streak. The Indians are 78-61. They're 11.5 games back of first place. They have a division elimination number of 12, and they've lost their last 2 games. And the White Sox lost today. They're 77-62, 12.5 games back of first. They have a division elimination number of 11. And in the American League West, the Athletics lead. They're 81-58. They're on a 4-game losing streak. The Astros are 79-60. They're 2 games back of first place. They won today, so they gained a game on the Athletics. The Angels are 65-75, 16.5 games back at first. They have a division elimination number of 7. And the Rangers are 62-77. They're 19 games back at first. They have a division elimination number of 5. Here are the wildcard standings in the American League. The Astros have the top spot. They have a 79-60 record. The Indians a game back in the first wildcard spot. They are 78-61 overall. The White Sox still in contention. They're close. 77-62 is their record. They're a game back of that second wildcard spot. The Blue Jays are 2 games back. They're 77-64, though they lost today. The Rays won today. They're 73-66, 5 games back of that second wildcard spot. They have a playoff elimination number of 19. The Red Sox 72-68, 6.5 games back of that second wildcard spot. They have a playoff elimination number of 17. The Angels 65-75, 13.5 games back of that second wildcard spot. They have a playoff elimination number of 10. The Rangers 62-77, 16 games back. They have a playoff elimination number of 8. The Tigers are 61-78, 17 games back of that second wildcard spot. They have a playoff elimination number of 7. And the Mariners are 57-83, 21.5 games back, and they have a playoff elimination number of 2. In the National League East, the Braves won today. They're now at 80 wins. 80-59 is their overall record. They still lead the division. The Marlins are 2.5 games back. They lost today. They're 78-62. The Nationals 77-63. They've lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Braves most recently. They're 3.5 games back of first place, and they have a division elimination number of 20. The Phillies are 68 and 71, 12 games back of first place. They have a division elimination number of 12. And the Mets are 62 and 77, 18 games back of first. They have a division elimination number of 6. In the National League Central, the Cardinals lead. They lost today, though they're 79 and 60 overall. They're one win away from 80. The Cubs are 71 and 69, 8.5 games back of first. They're on a 3-game losing streak. They were so close to taking the division lead from the Cardinals, but they haven't gotten hot enough, and on the opposite end, they've gotten cold. They've lost 8 of their last 10, and they are significantly far away from first place now. They have a division elimination number of 15. And the Brewers are 64 and 75, 15 games back of first. They've lost 3 games in a row. They have a division elimination number of 9. In the National League West, the Dodgers won today as they snapped their losing streak. They've lost 7 of their last 10 games, though. They're 1 win away from 90. They have the second best record in Major League Baseball, the best in the National League. 89 and 52 is their overall record. The Padres are on a 6-game winning streak. They're 76 and 63. They're 12 games back at first. They have a division elimination number of 11. And the Diamondbacks are 73 and 67, 15.5 games back at first. They have a division elimination number of 7. Here are the National League wildcard standings. The Marlins at the top spot right now. They're 78 and 62. They're a full game above the Nationals, who are 77 and 63. Both of these teams lost today. That's allowed the Padres to gain another game on both the Marlins and the Nationals. The Padres are on a 6-game winning streak. They're 76 and 63. They're now a half game back of that second wildcard spot. The Diamondbacks are 73 and 67. They're 4 games back of the second wildcard spot. They have a playoff elimination number of 19. Cubs are 71 and 69. They're 6 games back of that second wildcard spot. They have a playoff elimination number of 17, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. They've also lost 8 of their last 10. The Phillies, 68 and 71, 8.5 games back. They have a playoff elimination number of 15. The Brewers, 64 and 75, 12.5 games back. They have a playoff elimination number of 11, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. The Mets are 62 and 77, 14.5 games back. They have a playoff elimination number of 9. The Rockies, 62 and 79, 15.5 games back. They have a playoff elimination number of 7, and the Reds are 56 and 84, 21 games back. They have a playoff elimination number of 2. And let's take a look at league leaders, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. J.D. Martinez at the top of the 347, Miguel Cabrera the second highest at a 334, and Francisco Lindor the third highest at a 325. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a 343, Nolan Arenado 8 points behind him with a 335, and Paul Goldschmidt rounds out the top 3. He has a 327. Hits leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has the most, and he's 4 away from 200. He has 196. Miguel Andujar 16 behind him with 180, and Miguel Cabrera has the third most. He has 176. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 188, 10 behind him. Ronald Acuna Jr., who has 178, and Nolan Arenado has the third most. He has 174. At bat leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has the most, 565, and in the National League, Jonathan Villar has the most, 582. Doubles leaders in the American League, Anthony Rendon has the most, 46, 2 behind him. Jose Abreu, who has 44, and Miguel Andujar, also in the 40s. He has exactly 40. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 55, Christian Yelich at 40, the second most, and Ronald Acuna Jr. rounds out the top 3. He has 39. Triples leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi has the most. He has 8. Adam Eaton and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. tied with the second most. They both have 7. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 13. Victor Robles and Andrew McCutchen tied with the second most. They both have 8. Home run leaders in the American League, Justin Upton at 46, 5 behind him. Yohan Moncada, who has 41, and Chris Davis, third best. He has 40. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. is still at 49, still the leader, though, in Major League Baseball. Paul Goldschmidt, 5 behind him with 44. And Eugenio Suarez rounds out the top 3. He has 38. RBI leaders in the American League, Chris Davis has the most, 111. Franmil Reyes, J.D. Martinez, and Nelson Cruz each tied with 105. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leading with 114. Eugenio Suarez the next most with 104. And Ronald Acuna Jr. the third most RBIs. He has 103. Run score leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has the most, 104. And in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has the most. He has 111. Stolen base leaders in the American League, Malik Smith has 36. Adalberto Mondesi the next most with 29. D. Gordon, Whit Merrifield, and Jose Altuve each tied with the third most. They all have 26. In the National League, Starling Marte has the most, 47. Trey Turner the next most with 44. And Jonathan Villar the third most with 37. Walks leaders in the American League, Shin-Soo Choo has the most, 81, and in the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with 97. On base percentage leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has the highest at 414, Miguel Cabrera the next highest at 413, and Josh Donaldson the third highest at a 412. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt leads with a .437. Ronald Acuna Jr. behind him with a .425. And Christian Yelich third best with a .420. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Yohan Moncada has the highest at .639. Justin Upton the next highest at a .635. And J.D. Martinez the third highest at a .616. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a .724. Paul Goldschmidt the next highest at a .661. And Christian Yelich the third highest at a .641. On-base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League. J.D. Martinez leads with a .1.030. 7 points behind him. Justin Upton has a .1.023. And Yohan Moncada slightly lower than Upton's, but also at a .1.023. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a .1.150. Paul Goldschmidt the next highest at a .1.098. And Christian Yelich the third highest at a .1.061. Wins leaders in the American League. These are pitcher leaderboards now. Lucas Giolito at the top with 16. Jake Odorizzi, Jordan Montgomery, Zach Greinke, and Hyunjin Ryu all have 14. They're all tied with the second most. In the National League, Walker Buehler leads with 17. Steven Strasburg the next highest total. He has 15 wins. Mike Fultonevich, Marcus Stroman, Madison Bumgarner, and Yu Darvish have all reached 13, and they're all knotted up for the third best win total in the NL. Losses leaders in the American League, Sean Manaea has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He has 3. And in the National League, Walker Buehler has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He has 2. Saves leaders in the American League, Brad Hand leads with 42. Liam Hendricks and Hansel Robles tied for the second most. They both have 41. In the National League, Kirby Yates leads with 47. Will Smith the next most saves. He has 45. And Giovanni Gallegos and Kenley Jansen, they're each tied with the third most saves. They each have 44. ERA leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has a .249. That's the lowest. Sean Manaea, the next lowest, at a .283. And Hyunjin Ryu, the third lowest, at a .303. In the National League, Walker Buehler has the lowest at a .208. Marcus Stroman, the next lowest, at a .226. And Steven Strasburg, the third lowest, at a .254. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers. Kenta Maeda has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He's allowed 9. And in the National League, Caleb Smith has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He's allowed 12. Shutout leaders in the American League, Masahiro Tanaka has the most with 5, and Garrett Cole has the second most. He has 3. In the National League, Jacob deGrom has the most. He has 5, and Zach Wheeler has the second most. He has 3. Strikeout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole has the most, 227. 17 behind him is Lucas Giolito, who has 210, and Jake Odorizzi rounds up the top 3 with 193. In the National League, Steven Strasburg leads with 235. Jacob deGrom, the next highest total, at 208. And Clayton Kershaw, the third highest total, at 207. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers. Masahiro Tanaka has thrown 5, and Garrett Cole has thrown 3. And in the National League, Jacob deGrom at the top with 5. Zach Wheeler the next most with 4. And Aaron Nola and Clayton Kershaw, they're each tied with throwing the third most complete games in the National League. They each have 3. Innings pitched leaders in the American League, Hyunjin Ryu has the most, 193 in the third innings pitched. And in the National League, Clayton Kershaw has the most, 196 even. Walks allowed among American League pitchers, George Zimmerman has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He's allowed 35. And in the National League, Brett Anderson has the least amount among pitchers to qualify. He's just allowed 36. Whip leaders in the American League, Sean Manaea has the lowest at 104. Hyunjin Ryu, the next lowest at a 109. And Masahiro Tanaka, the third lowest at a 110. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw has the lowest at a 103. Pablo Lopez, the next lowest at a 106. And Jacob deGrom, the third lowest at a 108. Pitching war leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi leads with a 4.2. Masahiro Tanaka slightly behind him, but also at a 4.2. And Kenta Maeda, the third highest, at a 4.1. In the National League, Jacob deGrom leads with a 4.6. Slightly lower than deGrom is Kershaw, who also has a 4.6, and Walker Buehler has the third highest at a 4.5. And batting war leaders in the American League, Yohan Moncada, the only one in this league, over an 8. He's at an 8.3. Yasmani Grandal's at a 7.5, as is Alex Bregman. They're second and third on this leaderboard. And in the National League, Marcus Semien, the leader, he has an 8.9 WAR. Ronald Acuna Jr. behind him, he has an 8.7, and Nolan Arenado rounds up the top 3. He has an 8.3. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Wednesday, September the 2nd, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network.